This is your boy C-Spec Kurt, and I just dropped a video letting you guys know about some comparison going on between Msd 8.5mm superconductor spark plug wire and the Jegs 8.5 power wire ultra. Alright, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to go a little bit more in depth because I realized after seeing some questions that I didn't really cover a whole lot. So I'm going to do a little bit better at that, okay? Alright, so for starters, as I stated in my, well, I'm just going to do this from scratch. For starters, we're going to measure these wires. Alright, they're advertised at 8.5mm. We're going to actually see if they measure up to 8.5mm, okay? So I'm going to turn our caliper on. First of all, I want to start off at 0. I'm going to turn it on, I'm going to 0 it out. Alright, so we're at 0 here. Alright, so we're going to place the Jegs wire in here. Alright, so the Jegs wire is currently in place. Alright, so currently we have a reading for the Jegs wire, 8.02. Alright, as you can see, the wire, the caliper is able to slide freely in there without any play going side to side. Just making sure it's not snugged against the casing. Alright, so we have a reading of 8.06mm here. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place the Msd wire in the caliper and see what type of reading we get there. So we're going to go, we got an 8.07 reading with the Jegs wire. Placing the Msd wire in. Let's see, we're able to move the wire freely. As you can see, that's the Msd wire, superconductor. Alright, we're reading 8.25 with the Msd wire. Not quite 8.5, but a lot closer than the Jegs is advertising. Alright, so alright, so the next thing that we're going to look at is we're going to take another look at this Jegs wire, and we're going to check out the insulation beneath this here red cover. I want to see how thick of insulation we have in this wire. Now we've already determined that neither wire is actually 8.5mm, but we do know that the Msd wire is closer to what is advertised between the two wires. Alright, so what we're going to use is we're going to take a razor, and I'm going to take this razor and I'm going to cut this red portion of the wire. Just going to go around the outer side of the wire and put a slit in it. Alright, so that should do. I'm going to remove this like so. Alright, place that right there. And we're going to measure this white portion of the wire here, okay? Let's turn our caliper back on and 0 it out. Alright, now we have 0, as you can see. Alright, so now we want to measure the actual insulation of the wire. Alright, so we're able to move freely, but we have good contact. Alright, so we're measuring 5.89mm. No, 5.84mm. 5.84. Okay. So I'm going to place that there. 0 it back out. I'm going to do the same thing for the Msd wire. So let's remove the outer portion of the wire. We just measured 5.84 for the Jegs wire. And let's see what our measurement for the Msd wire is. I'd say I'm seeing some very nice characteristics already with the MSD wire, why it would deem for a higher price. First of all, the insulation of the MSD wire has fiberglass, has weaved fiberglass in between the insulation and the outer insulation of the wire, which is going to give it higher properties for heat insulation. It's going to guard the wires a lot better than this wire here because it has fiberglass insulation to protect the core. So as you can see here, we have fiberglass in here. Let me see if I can cut it a little better so it doesn't tear so easily. And it's better adhered to the insulation as well. As you can see, there's fiberglass weaving all around the inside of the MSD wires, which is going to give it higher heat resistance. It's going to be able to withstand the heat a little bit better than the Jegs wires over a period of time. So that there is a big plus for the MSD wire. Now let's measure our insulation core and see how thick it is compared to 5.84 of the Jegs wire. Alright, so here we go. I'll place that in our caliper like so. Alright, so we're getting 4.98 millimeters for the thickness of the insulation of the MSD wire. And on the Jegs wire, it is 5.84. So the Jegs wire has a thicker white insulation, while the MSD wire has a smaller one, but it is wrapped in fiberglass weaving. And of course, it will be obvious that the MSD wire has a thicker outer insulation. As we will measure this right here is for the Jegs wire, and this here is for MSD. Let's see what the thickness of these two are. We'll zero this out. .51 millimeters for MSD. And like I said, of course, this one is a lot thinner. 1.16 for the thickness of the Jegs. And then we get down to the nitty-gritty of it. The core. This is the portion of the wire that actually transmits the signal, your spark. This is what gets the spark from your ignition to your spark plug. So let's see what this measures up at. Let's get this zeroed out. Zeroed out right there. And we're going to measure that inside core. As you can see, of course, you can see the obvious difference from the eye with the Jegs and the MSD, for which I'm measuring the MSD right now, and it's coming in at 2.22 millimeters, while the Jegs measures up at a measly 1.45. Okay, 1.45 to MSD. Okay, that's nice and good. That's 2 point, let's make sure it's nice and snug. There we go. 2.19. I said 2.22 earlier, but it's 2.19. That appears to be nice and snug. All right. So there you have it. The extra money to spend on MSD wires, while it seems like you may be getting a bargain if you go for the cheaper Jegs branded wire, they do have their big differences between the two wires. As a Jegs wire is nowhere near 8.5, it's more on the realm of 8.02, if I'm correct. You can see in my video here that you're looking at, if you just go back. In here for the MSD wire, we have a total diameter of 8.25 millimeters, neither of which are 8.5, but MSD is closer to advertised. The MSD wire has a fiberglass insulation that goes around the interior insulation on the inner wall of the exterior insulation of the wire, which is going to give it higher heat properties. And while the inside insulation is smaller, the exterior is thicker, and it does have a bigger core. And the core is what transmits your signal, which is going to be giving you your conduction. So I would opt for the MSD wire and suggest that you get MSD wire, even though I bought the Jegs. I would definitely be spending the extra money to get the MSD wires the next time I make a wire purchase. And on another note, I'll show you the terminal connectors for the two as well, as you will see here. Alright, so now the final thing that we're going to take a look at is we're going to look at the terminals that come with these wire sets when you purchase them. I'm going to show you the difference and why the Msd Wire Terminal is a whole lot better. So this here is your Msd Wire Terminal that comes with the Msd wires, while this one comes with your Jegs wires. Now, what's awesome about the Msd Wire Terminal is that when it's time to put them together, of course you're going to have this isn't going to be stripped down like this. It's going to be like so. Let me just show you so no one gets confused looking on this side here. But you're going to strip your wire down. You want to strip down at least like a ½ an inch over here on this side. So we're going to just go around this wire here all the way down to the wire core, like so. You can pull that right on off like that. Just twist it. It's not going to mess up the inside core. Now, what's great about the Msd wire is that you're able to just place it in like so, and then you put it in the vise, which also comes with the Msd wire. The Msd wire comes with a vise, unlike the Jegs wire. So you get a vise and you get high quality terminals. So upon crimping your wire with the included vise, you're also able to crimp the wire inside of these here built-in things here on the Msd Wire Terminals. Now, unlike on the Jegs Wire Terminal, you have to fold the wire back like so, see? Because it doesn't have the little piece there that holds the wire in place, like so. So you have to bend the wire back underneath the spark plug wire in order for it to conduct properly, like so. See? So that's just a couple things to keep in mind with your purchase. Is you get better quality parts with the Msd brand. You're not getting the same thing with Jegs. It's not just about the name of the product. You're actually getting a lot better product with Msd 8.5 millimeter superconductor spark plug wire. But hey, this is your boy C-Spec Kurt in that bright green shirt, black as ever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. I posted a previous video, had a few questions, so I figured I'd go a little bit more in depth with my speaking on the wires, because it is actually a pretty good topic. and one that you should look into before going out and buying your spark plug wires from your local parts store. Get you some high quality wires with high quality connectors and get it done right the first time. This is your boy C-Spec Kurt. I hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time, peace.